Time to crack this bad boy open. Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again thank you for stopping by. So it's unboxing of the Tamiya DB-02 Leonis. This is a bad boy kit. Now I'm not going to go into all the details, this is just going to be the unboxing, but I really, if this car interests you, I really strongly suggest that you go to watch the first video I made on this car. I'll put the link to that video in the description and just my whole take on this. As I said, I don't want to go into it, but this is a really rare thing now. But as I said, this is the unboxing video and I want to kind of show you guys what's in this box and why it is really different. So guys, before we get into the box, what I should have said earlier was please watch to the end, because I'm going to go through all the hop-ups I've ordered for this thing. And believe it or not, they've actually come to more than I paid for this car, which is just ridiculous, I know, but I'll stick that in on the end. So, as you can see, absolute amazing box art from Tamiya, as usual. So this is a four-wheel drive racing buggy, shaft driven, oil dampers. It comes with baldy front and back. One of the hop-ups I have ordered is a centre clutch unit, a slipper clutch unit, which it doesn't come with. As you can see, it's they call it like centre motor mounted, but it's more forward than anything. It's got a carbon graphite plastic tub chassis. Let's get the lid off. Oh, we do enjoy opening a new Tamiya kit. So that's how it comes. It comes with a set of tyres, which is a little bit unusual for some Tamiya buggies, of the sort of higher end ones anyway. Also comes with full bearing kit with it as well. There's no speed controller or anything like that, no motor. So I'll get all these bits out. Right, so this is what I call the cosmetic side of things. So it comes with these really nice bright wheels. As I say, it comes with tyres, which are the standard Tamiya dual block tyres. It has the Tamiya racing wing, goes on most TRF buggies, and then we have the Leonis shell. It's a little bit Marmite, to be honest. I think you either like it or you don't like it. This kit design was designed by Tom's. I'm not too sure. I don't think it's certainly not the best looking buggy. It's one of probably the first forward cab buggies from Tamiya for a while. Interestingly, there's a couple of sheets of information in the box of some errors. So there's two ways of cutting it. One's correct, one's wrong. So they put this extra thing in to so we cut the body right. So we'll have to pay some serious attention to that. The decals are pretty involved, to be honest. Lovely colours though. Now the big issue I have with this, it's a box art is two colours. It's PS1 at the front, which is white, and then PS16 I believe, which is the Avanti blue. I think I've got that right. But the masking is going to be an absolute nightmare, because as you see by the box art picture, it's not straightforward masking. It's not like it's straight lines and then these decals cover it up. There's almost a pattern to it, so it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Tamiya actually say, which I'm not happy about, Tamiya actually say peel the protective film off and fit the decals first, and then obviously you can see from the inside and mask accordingly. I don't like doing that. I'm going to have to do that, but I don't like doing that. So that's the cosmetic side of it. Let's show you the other stuff now. So that's all the plastic part trays. I'm not going to take them. I'm not going to show you them close up because I know the bag rattling is really annoying. But it's pretty basic stuff, as you can see. Comes with plastic front and rear shock towers. But as I say, when we get to hop-ups, I've got some carbon ones on order, but we'll talk about that later. So that's pretty straightforward. What I just want to show you separately was the actual chassis, because it's pretty different. So as I say, this is carbon reinforced. A little bit of weight to it. I think this thing's going to be pretty heavy. But look at this thing. So this has a very unique design. This is the motor mount and gearbox, centre gearbox. So it has 4 metal bevel gears that go in here. So obviously your motor through here, big spur gear onto your first bevel, and then another 3 bevels, and then your drive shaft's coming out, which is crazy. And that fits in like that. It's a really unique design. Now I've ordered this again in the hop-up aluminium TRF blue, which again we'll talk about at the end. But that's a really nice piece of cast. It's just a shame they didn't do it in blue in the first place. Would have saved a fortune. That hole there, that's got a plastic plate, but I've also ordered the anodized blue TRF heatsink that goes on there, and it goes into that lip there, and gives you extra heatsink. So all that's going to be blue on this one. But I just thought I'd show you that because I think it's pretty cool. And that's all the hardware bags. That big bag there is just the oil shocks, but we will not be using them. As I say, we'll talk about that next. We've got some springs, we've got full bearing kit in there, turnbuckles, drive shafts, greases, oils, diff grease. It comes with everything. A lot more bearings in this one, and a load of different shims and body clips. Now the reason I'm looking at that bag is there's another correction in the kit of how to shim this correctly. Now, reading on the forums, this is one of the most important things on the DB-02, and it's a little bit of a reason why it was a bit of a flop on the racetrack. You've really got to make sure this is shimmed up correctly, because apparently this centre gearbox can wear out very quickly if you don't. So we'll have to take us time on that. And then obviously there's just a manual, and I've got to be honest, it's thick. There's I think there's a fair bit to do on this car, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm itching to build it. It's something completely unique to me. Right guys, let's talk hop-ups. So yeah, I've overspent on them again. I'm a sucker for hop-ups. But I just want to briefly talk about the journey I went on to get to where I got, because some things I needed, some things I didn't. So on the forums and the experts who race these things, there's 2 hop-ups that this thing needs from me off. One's the slipper clutch unit, so I've ordered one of those, and the next thing is the universal prop shafts for it. You get a pair, so I've ordered those as well. So you're pretty much up at about $80 Canadian for those 2 items. So it's not mega expensive, and you're getting something for your money with those 2 items, because you know it's going to protect this car and make it last longer. So that's those 2. I then, as I showed you on that centre gearbox casting, the kit comes with a plastic heatsink underneath, which is not a heatsink obviously. So I've ordered the blue one, which is literally about 15 Canadian dollars. Then I made my first mistake. Then I saw the what I call the TRF blue anodized motor mount heatsink gearbox, whatever you call it, and that's a big chunk of metal, and it's going to look pretty cool. But that thing's mega expensive. That's about $70. But obviously, this is probably going to sound nuts, but obviously I'm putting a hot brushless system in this. It's probably a 6.5. 59,050 kV, so it's going to have a fair bit of power through it. So obviously heat's going to be an issue. So I was kind of thinking I need a little heat sink, match it up with the motor mount. It's going to look pretty cool. So anyway, I've ordered it. This comes with black CVA shocks, which I was kind of looking. I wanted to upgrade shocks, but at the same time, I've been sort of itching to do a top force again, a real custom special, and the shocks I have in mind for that are the TRF big bores aeration shocks. They're probably Tamiya's best shocks they do. I've not looked on eBay or any sales sites for a while, and they were always on there, and you can get the full set, and you know, it was like, can't remember, it was about $70-80 for the full set. So when I went on to look for them this time, as these things happen with Tamiya, the stock's almost gone. So I've had to buy a a set of fork fronts, set of rears, and these things don't even come with springs, so I've had to buy a full set of springs front and rear. So this big bore aeration shock kit has almost cost me about, I think it's about $160 Canadian. So it's over 100 quid's worth of shocks. But what I will fit them on this car, that was the whole point. But if I ever move this car on, I will keep those shocks, because you know, in 6 months' time to a year, you're not going to be able to buy those things again, which is just crazy, unless they do another batch of them. But Tamiya are not great for that. So because I was getting the shocks, I had to order some carbon shock towers. Now all this stuff is genuine Tamiya as well, there's no aftermarket parts going on it. So I've got the front and rear carbon shock towers coming. And just when I was looking at carbon, I saw these two carbon strengtheners. How important they are, I really don't know, but we'll bang them on. They were like $12, so I just thought just take them and then it's done. So that's the hop ups. Some needed, some not, but it's going to make this thing a pretty trick buggy. There are other pieces of blue alloy which are available for it. Basically the front and rear suspension mounts, and there's a steering bridge and stuff like that. But literally, and there's something else, and I can't remember what it is. It's something to do with a rear suspension. I would be spending another 150 Canadian dollars just on those 4 items, so I'm definitely not going near that. I'm more than happy with how this is going to be now. But anyway, we do these things, don't we? So guys, what do you think? It's pretty different, isn't it? Obviously in the next video, once all the hop-ups have arrived, we'll get building this chassis, which I'm really looking forward to, I have to be honest. Not so much looking forward to having to do the shell. That 2 paint scheme is going to be pretty tricky, but we'll take us time and we'll get through it, I'm sure. So guys, once again, thanks so much for watching, it's really appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing to support us, and if you do that, please smash that notification buzzer for our weekly videos. But as always guys, happy arse seeing.